The snow has disappeared, but winter is still biting deep here at Goodison Park. Indeed, we were due at Bolton today for the match with Liverpool, but when that was called off, thanks to the cooperation of the Everton officials, we were able to move in and set up for the game against Bristol City. The temperature here in Liverpool is just above freezing, and the pitch yet again is fairly hard. It's going to be bitterly cold for the fans, who are wisely, thoroughly protected from the elements. But for one man at least, the memories are warm. The former Everton striker, Joe Royle.
This is a fantastic place. This should be the #1 club in the country. Look at the place, you know, it's fabulous. Really looking forward to the game, you know. Hope we'll do ourselves justice, you know. If we play as we can, we'll give them a game. Good man.
Everton are forced to reshuffle their defence. With Mike Pedgick still injured, Mark Higgins is at left-back. Neil Robinson plays only his third full game of the season at right full-back. Billy Wright is in the centre of that defence. Colin Todd switches to midfield for the first time in 3 years. Alongside him, Trevor Ross and Everton's new club captain, Martin Dobson. Up front, there's no place for Mickey Walsh, who's substitute. So Andy King gets a striking role, the result of 2 goals against Linfield in a friendly this week. For Bristol City, a very experienced back four, including Norman Hunter, the former Leeds player, and Terry Cooper, a teammate of his at Elland Road. In midfield, Jerry Gow plays on the right side with another former Merseysider returning to Liverpool, Peter Cormack. And up front, Joe Royle, of course, flanked by Tom Ritchie and Clive Whitehead. So it's Everton in the dark shirts, kicking from left to right, who get us underway. They haven't won in their last 4 matches. A chance, though, this afternoon to go top of the First Division. They've had 3 previous chances to take over the leadership, but they failed on each occasion. I think that is probably reflected in what looks at this early stage a rather dismal gate. Joe Royle. Whitehead to Tainton. Cormack's in the middle, so too is Ritchie. Lyons gets the touch. Mick Lyons getting the final touch and conceding the corner after Bristol City have built up from deep in their own half. Fine possession football. Cooper. No one coming to make the challenge. Good ball in there, and Billy Wright it was who got the header over the top. Billy Wright who got that header over the bar, one that was aimed towards the very dangerous head indeed of Joe Royle. Peter Cormack it is to take this corner for Bristol City. Royle gets the touch and Wood forced to just touch it over the top. Well, Joe Royle is obviously going to be a threat to Everton in this match. That's the second header he's got in. And George Wood forced to concede the corner again. Some pressure by Bristol City. Again, this time towards Ritchie. Cormack, Cooper. Played beautifully for Jerry Gow, who's onside. Whitehead is free, the ball's come to him. That is the opening goal, is it? Yes. Well deserved by Bristol City, and that's Clive Whitehead's first goal of the season. Beautifully worked. The clearance was mistimed, Lyons missing it altogether, and really Whitehead had quite a simple task to beat George Wood. On the concerned-looking Everton bench, Jimmy McGregor, the physio on the left, substitute Mickey Walsh, manager Gordon Lee and coach Eric Harrison. And Ross turning it in towards Higgins. Can that fall for someone in a blue shirt? And again, it's that man, David Rogers, who gets the ball away. He thought these conditions would favour the little men out there, but the likes of David Rogers and Norman Hunter really have adjusted exceptionally well. Thomas, and in swinger, up goes Latchford, it's come to Andy King, and he's there! Andy King King's 12th goal of the season. It bobbled through to Andy King, through a forest of bodies, and eventually his head was enough to turn it in off the near post to make it Everton 1, Bristol City 1. Everton right back in it. So 32 minutes gone, Everton back on terms, and that's warmed up the crowd a wee bit. Let's hope also it might put a bit more life in the proceedings. Just a little touch by Royal, the same by Ritchie, and it's fallen for Cormac. Good save. Wood was down very sharply. Cormac turned quite brilliantly and shot towards the far post, but Wood was down immediately to make a good save. See how players just can't afford to turn and make mistakes. It has to be played back. Gow. That's the kind of ball the midfield players love. Cormac to Whitehead. Sweeney. Cormac, who's popped up on that far side. Royals back header, Lyons clearance. Cooper just leaving it for Hunter. And there indeed is the half-time whistle. Andy King, the player who equalised for Everton after Clive Whitehead had given Bristol the lead. King, of course, in this match converted to a striking role. Mickey Walsh has become substitute. Not a very distinguished first half, but Bristol have possibly adapted better to the conditions with Astro boots. A half-time score then of Bristol City 1, Everton 1. Welcome back then to the second half. Score 1-1, of course. And the player who gave Bristol City the lead, Clive Whitehead, beaten to the ball by Mark Higgins. Billy Wright's clearance. Everton's record against Bristol City since Bristol were promoted is quite revealing, really. Out of 5 matches, Everton have dropped just 1 point, and that was earlier in the season at Ashton Gate when the score was 2-2. Ritchie. Sweeney looking for Gow. Handball by Thompson. I think might have been saying to the referee that was ball to hand. Rather optimistic appeal in my opinion. Gow to take it. And all 3 players showing again how tricky the conditions are. Thomas. Still going, Latchford almost losing his footing, trying to find Todd, but Whitehead very quickly back there. No one yet making the challenge. Whitehead still going and looking for Ritchie. So too, it must be said, as Norman Hunter in that Bristol City defence. Latchford, though, gets it down, but Gow completes the clearance. And Wright heading it straight to Cormac. There could be something on here for Bristol. Whitehead. Ritchie is unmarked, and Whitehead finds him. Taking on Thomas and Wright. Good cross, Whitehead! Oh, a good save! Well, a fortunate save anyway. Whitehead came in on the cross from Ritchie, headed it powerfully down, and George Wood, thankful to see the ball hit his legs and go over the top. A good break that by Bristol City. And again, they showed more constructive play in the opening stages of this second half. Whitehead to take the corner. Goes Royal, who wins it. Robinson belts it away. Whitehead to Gow. Whitehead continuing on the run and Ritchie finding him. This is better stuff now from Bristol. Whitehead trying to go past Higgins, which he does, and pulls it right back for Ritchie. Oh, that wasn't very far away from Tom Ritchie. A beautiful move. Whitehead it was who turned the ball back from the byline, and Ritchie whose shot just went over the bar. And Latchford playing it out of play. Oh, Cormac straight back to Latchford, and Hunter was very quickly in to rectify the situation. Dobson. Ross, it's not a controlled pass, and even still he manages to get it in, and King, if he turns here, could score, and he has! Andy King puts Everton 2-1 in the lead. Another scrappy goal, but Andy King won't mind that. His 13th goal of the season. A high ball played in by Trevor Ross. Everton couldn't really control it. Bristol City couldn't get it away. But Andy King was the only player yet again who could make something of it. And he beat John Shaw, as it turned out, quite easily. So Everton find themselves 2-1 in the lead. And if that is the scoreline at the end, they'll be top of the First Division tonight. Dobson. King, very much the hero they are for Everton. To Robinson. And Hunter's missed it. King's on for his hat-trick. Oh, what a finish. That was beautifully done. Andy King gets his first hat-trick of the season. The Everton bench, Mickey Walsh, the substitute. He was the man that Andy King replaced up front. Wright, in fact, is having a go. Oh, my word! What a cracker! Billy Wright's second goal of the season. Viciously struck. Boyle. Cooper going past Ross. This result won't do Bristol City's chances of European football next season any good at all. Billy Wright away, and Gow trying a snapshot which went just over the top. Ball coming to Jerry Gow, half-volleyed shot, only a couple of inches or so over the bar. Today's attendance then, just under 30,000. 30,000 very brave fans indeed on a very bitterly cold afternoon. Sweeney with the kick. Royal directing his header straight to Cormac. And Robinson struggling to get it back to Wood. Rogers is right up there. Cormac trying to turn it in, and Wood eventually grabbing it right on the goal line. Rare old scramble there. Cormac was right in there, so too was Ritchie, but George Wood eventually managed to grab it. Nasty nut there from Norman Hunter. Hunter trying to wrap his foot round King to get the ball away, and he succeeded in kicking Andy King in the chest. It's from a similar distance that Billy Wright scored Everton's fourth goal. It looks like he's going to try and do the same again. 3 men in the Bristol City wall as there were last time. Here he comes, and that time the wall caught for it. Whitehead. Gow. Cormac. Sweeney breaking from the back. Tainton's there as well, and it's Todd who gets it back to Wood, or rather concedes a corner. So we're into injury time. 4-1 to Everton. Anything Bristol City get now will be a mere consolation. Cooper. Latchford gets it away, and Hunter swinging with his right foot. Isn't quite as trusty as the left. King chasing, and chasing well. Well, put this to 5, and a good finish for Everton. In towards Latchford. He let it run, and Rodgers got it away. Sweeney. Nice control there by the fullback. Ritchie. Should trickle out for a corner. So another chance for Bristol to add some respectability to this scoreline. Certainly doesn't do them any justice. Ritchie turning it in, and it could go in yet. Robinson it was who hacked it off the line. Well, Ritchie turned that in. Robinson cleared it off the line, and that turned out to be the last kick of the match. The goals by Whitehead, the first goal of the match for Bristol City, then followed 3 by this man, Andy King, his hat-trick, the final goal by Billy Wright. Everton then go top of the league with this score, Everton 4, Bristol City 1.